Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the morning, 15 minutes. Heichaltzu. Just this year is in honor of Lilu Nishmas Yehudis Liba bas Michoel Zalman. Someone should have an aliyah. This is supposed about learning, should have all the good things. Okay, continuing on, we're talking about that there's envy, there's a good envy and a not good envy. It's like the story that I told like a few days ago that the chassid came to the Rebbe, the bacha that came to the Rebbe, and that he said, I have this big ego, never said be all these things. So there's the envy when it comes to seeing someone else and you say, I should be doing that. And I'm envious. I like the story that I told about the kids that were learning till 2 a.m. So that was good in a certain sense because it's getting them to learn more. That's good, envious. But then there's an envious that causes you to hate the other person. And that's what we're talking about. There's two different types. Yeah. So yeah, and that's sort of where we stopped. So we said, explained also at length. Page 118, near the bottom. Be'inyan, and I explained also at length, Be'inyan, koyach, the ability of the Chazer, and we're going to explain what this means. Shemevi, me'ahelem, elagilu, yesakirch, the nomen, which brings out from the revealed state the hidden potential that we have, hidden abilities. Bisar and harbe mikoyach oyasha, even more than the oyasha. Oyasha is simply, it means that there's the light that's straight that comes down from Hashem, and the Chazer is the one that's coming back from us. And what we're saying is the Chazer, even though it's not coming directly from Hashem, which would seem to be on a low level, it has the advantage of it. Yeah, and that's what he explains. Also, because Chazer is sort of what it's much more powerful in the sense that it's basically comes into the world, and then when the world gives it back, it's been affected by the world. But it's in a good thing. It's like I had a friend that he was from South Africa, and he went to learn in yeshiva in Eretz Yisrael. And one time he complained to one of the teachers, Magid Shurim, that they were learning Gemara. They're learning Gemara Begirsa, which is learning Gemara. Sort of Girsa means like trying to cover ground. You're not trying to really analyze everything, but you're trying to cover ground. And so he was learning in yeshiva with all the Israelis, and so for them reading the Gemara is very easy. It's like it's their language. Maybe the wording is the translations, like the words are different, but the alphabet is the same, so it's not as difficult. And he had a much harder time. It took him a lot longer. And so he's sort of like bemoaning the fact that it's like takes a lot more time for him to get cover ground than it is for them. And, especially when you're in yeshiva, everyone's basically Israeli, so they're like running ahead of you and you're going slow. And so they said to him, so the Maggid Shir said, he goes, yeah, it's true. He goes, but because you have to put more effort, he goes, you get it more. And this sort of Chazer. Yashar is straight. It's straight, it's easy. But the transformation that it causes is not as great. And this is what we're saying. And this is the difference. That Chazer, it's like the Chazer that when you get envious, it pushes you to reveal deeper levels. Whereas it's like when you get taught, it's like when you go to a shir. Like this is sort of one of the disadvantages of a shir. Someone just speaks, and if you don't learn it yourself, you don't read it inside, you don't follow along, you don't forget about it yourself, it becomes yashar. You get it, and it's like, it's very clear, it's very good, but what sticks with you is not so much. Whereas the Chazer is when you go over yourself and you sort of repeat it back to someone, that makes it much more powerful. And that's what we're saying here. That it reveals deeper levels within us. So too, this idea is also like we have in holiness, being envious in holy things. This only one, but this all works when you want good. So when you see this and it motivates you, it pushes you to do more, that's great, and that really affects, and that makes such a big difference. Yeah, like it says in this note, because Rabbi Shab proceeds to speak about a situation in which a person lacks positive motivation. So now we're going to go back to the opposite hand. This guy is one who lives in a setting where Avodah and the service of God is valued, and therefore fancies himself as one who seeks the advance. Yeah. So what we're going to say here is basically the opposite issue of this. But what happens if he's not wanting to be on such a level of piety and purity and things like this? He's just jealous of his friend. Before, like in the case of example of my friend telling me that in the yeshiva they stay up till 2. So there could be 2 reasons why someone's staying up till 2. One is because he wants to be like that, and he's I wish I was like that. So he pushes himself, but suddenly he realizes how much he can do. The other one, he's just jealous of the situation, and he doesn't care for the learning, which is sort of what my friend was saying. That it wasn't that they cared about the learning so much; they just cared about essentially not looking bad. So you're just jealous of your friend that why is he on such a high level? I should be on that level. I for sure should be. And that's why you hate him. You're like, and then that could be like my friend was sort of saying that it was annoying that guy was up. Because once he was up, made us all stay up. And we don't want that. So that's the negative aspect of it. And this is a very big issue. Because mitzad but this is all coming from Yeshus. So that guy, he's doing good. He's learning. What's the problem with him learning? What's the problem with that? What is the problem with whatever someone else is doing? But when someone else is doing something, what happens like this? Someone's on a level. You see someone that you think you're on similar levels, and they're doing something greater than you. So it bothers you. Why? You see, there's all the excuses coming, but it bothers you because you feel that I'm on that level, but I'm not doing that. So how can it be? So and I have to do something else. So you don't like them. Nothing to do with them. What they're doing is good. That's why the person in this case we're talking about, they hate the person that's serving Hashem. Why should you hate him? They're serving Hashem. It's good, but you hate it because it's affecting you. Because of your own ego. Why them davening longer, or being motznias, or lighting candles extra early, or whatever it is, giving tzedakah and being nicer, and learning chitas affecting you, or davening mincha, shachris. And what will happen to this person, because he hates that person that's similar to his level and they're doing some things that are great and it bothers you, you'll come and you'll sort of stay away from them. You'll go to simple people, and you'll show your love for them. And you can delude yourself and think to yourself, this is my humility. Look, I'm hanging out with these simple people. Such a humble person. And that's why I'm loving these simple people, because I'm a good guy. I'm a good girl. I'm a good person. But he's saying, but the truth is, you're not doing it because you care about them. It's all about you. And this is the problem with the Yeshus. Yeshus, your whole life is about you. Right? Tversky has a book, How Do You Get Yourself Out of the Way? Because the Yeshus, it's all about me. So even when I do something nice, it's not because I care about them, it's because of myself. It's for my advantage. It's not about them. And that's what he's saying. Since a person says to himself, I am a servant of Hashem. I serve Hashem. I'm Chassidish. Therefore, the hatred, because I am an Oved, I'm doing good. So someone above me, they're extremists. And I don't like them. They're acting crazy. Why? Not because of what they're doing is wrong, it's because it goes against me. Because if they're serving Hashem properly, then what am I doing? And I don't want to work on myself, I don't want to change myself. It's all my yeshus. So then I don't like them. But the simple people that I'm friends with now, that are on a much lower level, they're not holding any levels. I'm way above them, so I'm good. I like them a lot. They don't threaten me. And I think it's because I have to love every yid. Because someone that is a gas is his course, and his yeshus is pronounced very much. And it could be the reason why he likes the simple people, and why hang out with these people on low level than us, It's because they can ask us questions and we can show we know something. And you know, I was once in a shul somewhere. I was in Kuntres, and this guy was like an after something, and this guy told another guy, I saw him, it was like loud, like it was very clear, and he's like, "It's filling too low. Here, let me fix it for you. I'll show you how to do it." You know, and the big problem, and he started like complaining how people aren't doing properly, and it bothered me very much. And I was wondering why it bothered me. It's because it didn't feel like he genuinely cared about the guy that was helping. It felt like he was just trying to show the guy that he knows something. And this is what he's saying. You're not helping him because you care about him. You're helping him because of yourself. Because, and like you're saying here, you should say, my yeshus can be spread out over there. And they see him, he doesn't know, you know, they don't know much, and that person knows more. God, this guy, you know, wow, he knows so much. And they treat him, they appreciate his words, what the person is saying. But he's not coming there to help them because he cares about them. It's because of himself. Kitzum, Mailas, Hakina, the Kedusha. We talked about the advantage of having envy in Kedusha. That it can push you to push yourself far beyond, which is a good thing. You say, I want to be like that person. You know, I'm envious of him. Look how good their life is. Look how good they're doing. In Kedusha, not in Gashes. It has to be in spiritual things. Like, wow, look at that. They learn so much all the day. They learn and don't waste their time. I want to do that. I want to learn. It's like, wow, I want to be more like them, and I come connect to them. But the way you do that is because of the bittul. Because you're envious in a positive way, that I should be like them, that I want to be more spiritual. It's like there's a story that Rabbi Weiss, is Rosh Yeshiva of Mayinot. So he said, I don't know, I don't think he said it, but someone told me that he went to the Rosh Kollel of Tzemach Tzedek when he was a bacher, the Rosh Kollel of Chaim Shalom Deitch, and he came to his house, and so Vichten is a very frum person. So when he came to serve the meat, I think it was chicken. So he asked him, like, what's the hechsher? Like, what's the shchita? So he said, and it was like the second best shchita you can get in Eretz Yisrael. And so Vichten was very frum. So he only had like the best chicken you can have. So he's like, thank you, whatever. And he didn't have it. And the guy was very, it wasn't like, oh, I'm not having this. This is not kosher for me. He was very firm himself. He didn't say anything, but the guy picked up that he wasn't eating it. And it bothered him. He's like, sounds like eating my house. Like, my house is, it has to be kosher. And I was like, everyone can eat it. So from then on, he always bought the top hechsher. So that's a good thing. That's, he appreciated it and it helped him. That's the good way of doing it. But you have yeshus geremes sino the levar milo. But then the yeshus causes a hatred to someone that's above you, because it could have been in that story. Imagine, Chas v'shalom, you'd say, I hate this guy. He comes to my house and he's complaining to me. I'm not good enough for him. Who do you think he is? I'm inviting him over, and this is how he treats me. People too frum. They're crazy frum. It's like in the Shidduchim, it says, I don't know, in my times, what did it say? It says, Siddish, but with it. It's like, this guy's too Siddish, too. Now, of course, a person doesn't have to be, in Shema, he has to be down to earth. But that's what he's saying. And then we also talked about the fact just today that you can love simple people, but not because you care about them, it's because of what it does for you. And the reason is, I think all right, we'll stop right here. Yeah, beautiful. So basically, just while we're here, tomorrow, the next few days, we're basically going to finish up this topic, and then we're going to discuss Havaya. We're going to answer the questions that we had in Maimon, and we're going to this next point. Now, the Maimon doesn't finish officially, in the sense that the Rabbi Shab, he had more to give to get printed, but it never came to print for whatever reason, Bashkacha Pratis. But in about two, 3 more prakim, we're going to finish discussing this, all the issues of the yeshus, and then we're going to answer the questions, and then we're going to start discussing, like in spiritual terms, what does it mean, Havaya? Because remember, Havaya is the contrast to the yeshus and midyan. Very good. To be continued.
Thank you very much.